So when I think about love and what love is, the longer that I've been a Christian, the longer that I've been around this church, the longer that I've just been, alive, I think I've learned that love takes on many forms and it has a lot of different sides to it. And but one of the biggest that I've seen and learned in all my time is that um, love is about just showing up when God wants you to, doing what He asks you to do, and then really listening more than you do, And last year we did our series at Christmas called 28 Days of Love, and we kind of challenged everybody to do one act of love every day, and it reminded me midway through that there was something that I used to do, and I'd kind of gotten out of the habit of every day asking God when I pray, put somebody in my path that needs to be loved on or encouraged or served. And every single day He put somebody in my path, and it was always at the most random time, in the most random, circumstances or situations. As I started praying that way, and He kept putting these people in my life, um, I was trying to, get a lot of things done up here, as we always do. But in the middle of the busyness, I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to run through Starbucks, get me something to drink real quick, and go out and run some errands. And as I pulled into the Starbucks over by the mall, I see there's a couple, and they're very kind of a homeless drifter, hippie-looking couple, and they had, a guitar and a violin and a dog and backpacks and stuff. And I thought, you know what? Boom, there it is, God. There's exactly who you were putting in my path. I pulled ahead and I rolled down the window and I said, "Hey, excuse me, man, come here." And he came over and I was able to hand him this gift card. And he was so appreciative and so grateful. And I said, "It's kind of cold outside. It's Christmas. Why don't you go get you something, warm to drink?" And he just couldn't stop saying thank you. And so then I drove off. And as I was driving off, feeling kind of like, yes, good, that was fun. I got to love on these people in a really kind of different way. But then I started realizing, you know what? Wait a minute. Why should I just be settling for just one person that day? So I go at Albertsons, and there these two people. They have moved locations, and now they're over there. And I was like, "Hey, man, how you guys doing? Did you get something to drink?" And they said, "Oh, yeah, it was great. Thank you so much." And I said, "It was great to see you." So I stopped everything in the busyness, and I slowed down. And I just started talking with them and just started listening some about their story. And I got back in my car, and I thought, well, that's crazy that I saw him twice. And then as I started to back up, Nathan came over and said, "Hey, wait, Bobby, hold on." He said, "I have a question for you." He said, "Man, look, I have no idea where you're going next and what you're going to be doing for the rest of the day." He said, "But I was wondering, we've been told we're going to try to go down south, and we've been told that I-49 is probably the best way to travel." Well, now here's the interesting thing is my mom had called me earlier that day and said, "You did remember your niece's recital at her school?" I went, "No, I didn't." Well, it turns out that recital was exactly off of I-49. It was the way that I was going, the way that my mom told me how to get there. I said, "Hey guys, get in, let's go." So next thing I know, I've got Nathan and Teresa and a dog and a guitar and a violin and two backpacks and some groceries that they'd been given. We got in my car and we just go down I-49, and we had the coolest conversation. But what I noticed was that I started to listening to their story and listened about who they were and stuff and what their needs were and what their goals were and what they were doing with their life. I started realizing that we had a lot more in common than we had different. And it was really cool that I was able, through my showing some kind of love for them, I really felt like I got more out of it than I probably gave. So we stood there at a gas station, and I took a picture of the three of us and wished them Merry Christmas, gave them a hug, and let them go on their way. And it was probably one of the coolest days of my life. My name's Bobby Stevenson, and I am called.